Wars they say shall never end. Kashim Shettima, on a vice president, is in UN meeting. Their usual meeting, their normal gathering that doesn't yield any positive result. You need to hear what he is saying there. Shettima is advocating, agitating for the independence of Palestine because of the Israel and Gaza war. Shettima is angry. Palestine need to have their own independence that they have been clamoring for many years. This man that is now talking about independence of Palestine in his country, the igbos have been agitating for having their own country, Biafra Republic. But they said it is impossible. It's an impossible journey. It's a journey of no return if they dare to even embark on such journey. The same Shettima, vice president, former governor, is in hunger now. He's in UN, telling them why they need to give Palestine their independence. And he declared that Nigeria is in support of Palestine. We can't be in support of Palestine. Because of this whole thing, they want everybody, including you watching me. It doesn't matter whether you believe in them or not. They want you to put voice, add your voice in asking for the independence of Palestine. Can you imagine? When I look at these people, I don't know whether there is something they normally drink before they speak. He was trying to mimic Martin Luther King, trying to sound like a freedom fighter. So they want Nigeria to, in fact, not they want Nigeria. Nigeria is already supporting, or Nigeria is aligning with the beliefs of Palestine. You know, Nigeria is now an Islamic country. You don't know. Nigeria is an Islamic country. Your president is Muslim. Vice president Muslim. Is a Muslim country. And we are telling them today, Shettima that is going there to declare that Nigeria is in support of Palestine is only Fulani. Only Fulani and all the people, una friends around that Fulani and other people that care to join you. It's only you that is supporting Palestine. What they want is they want Israel to fold their hands. Why Hamas and Hezbollah submerge them with terrorism? I will sit down and watch you take over Israel because I don't want trouble or because I don't want to fight. If hypocrisy and ignorance is a person, then that is Kashim Shettima, Nigeria Vice President.
Today, we are all witnesses to the heart-wrenching situation in Gaza and other Palestinian territories. We cannot discuss war and peace, conflicts and resolution, or humanitarian imperatives today without reflecting on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict that has been raging since 7th August last year. Of course, the conflict predates this period and has been simmering for a better part of half a century. What it tells us is that the international community has failed to live up to the spirit and aspirations of the United Nations to rid the world of inequality, violence, and domination of one people by another. Justice is antithetical to revenge. Freedom is an inalienable right and a natural entitlement that cannot be denied to any people. The Palestinian people deserve their independence. They deserve to have a home of their own in territories already recognized by this very assembly and by international law, which is being routinely ignored. Nigeria continues to urge efforts to bring back on track the two-state solution that offers the prospect for a new beginning for the region. Nigeria reaffirms.
This one is Martin Luther King, the Fulani version, the Alamajiri version. Did you hear him talking about the freedom of the people? Freedom is not what you take away from people. Hypocrisy and ignorance stings while he speaks. You went as far as UN. Just started flipping paper and reading what you wrote. You did not proofread what you even wrote before started making it public, before you start pronouncing it out. There are some words you should swallow. You are talking about the independent state of Palestine, and you don't want to talk about the independence of Igbo. If they make mistake to mention Biafra, you will send Mopol. You will send army and military in the east to raise down. But look at how angry you are because of what Israel is doing in Gaza. Look at how agitated. Look at, he's canvassing for their independence, and he wants everybody to just like make sure that it happens. Maybe it happens to them tomorrow. That's what he's telling them in UN. Did you see him present the one in the Igbos are facing in Nigeria? Hypocrisy stinks. Give Gaza, give Palestine, yes, give Palestine independence. But once the Igbos talk about Biafra, take fighter jets and bomb them. Bomb them. So freedom is good for Palestine, but it's not good for the Igbos. That is Shettima. Somebody that couldn't fight Fulani and Boko Haram in his terrain is now going to talk about war in another territory. Boko Haram and Fulani headers overwhelmed them. They even said that some of the northern governors and northern House of Reps and all those northern politicians, they are the sponsors of the Boko Haram and the Fulani invasion into people's land, taking people's land forcefully. I thought you will have to remove what is in your eye before you start removing what is in another person's eye. Look at the kind of deaths, plague you have around you, in your eyes or your body. You will never come out the 13 way there for your body. You go there, remove the one way there for another person back. Look at your body is stained with death. Look at how dirty you look. You cannot bath. You stink. You are literally smelling. But you do not see that you need to wash up and clean up yourself. You are seeing the dirty that is in another person's body. Fulani herdsmen make sure that farmers no longer have access to their farms again. You cannot see these people mentioning it. If you go to villages in northern part of Nigeria, many villages, every minute of the day, then they buy people anyhow. Then they bring people for, then they put people inside the nylon, like say them package shawarma. Farmers, did you hear the hypocrites preaching dominance and inequality? Israel dominating Palestine or Hamas or Gaza. The same dominance Fulani is dominating in Nigeria. That is what Kashim Shettima is preaching in UN. The same inequality the Igbos are facing. Is it not the same them that say Igbo man cannot be Nigeria president? They don't qualify because they are born to rule. They dominated. And you are saying freedom is something you don't deny people. But you have denied the Igbos, starved the Igbos of freedom. But that is what he is preaching in UN. The high rate of hypocrisy. This hypocrisy is smelling. Dominance, inequality. Now waiting Shettima they preach for UN. Israel is maltreating or ill-treating Palestine. And because of that, they need to have their own sovereign states or have their own independence. Now, waiting the Igbos they face for Nigeria, but nobody wants to discuss the issue concerning the Igbos. Look at him. Dominance, inequality. You can't deny people of their rights. But at the same time, he's prioritizing the independence of Palestine. But the Igbos, their independence is there for scar. You will not see these people talking about what is happening at their backyard. But the way they will come out in public and be doing whitewash for people, just to make it look like they care when they actually don't care. You want freedom for Palestine. Palestine that is known for terrorism. Islam. These people, every child there, as you are growing up, they will start training you. They will start training you on terrorism. Is it not in that region that they caught Osama bin Laden that bombed World Trade Center in America? Are they not the people terrorizing even America itself? That doesn't joke. That is why you see it look like America back Israel up. Because they know what terrorists is doing to them. Has done to them in America before. And still doing. America know the extent terrorists go. That is why they want to clamp down on the terrorists. Though innocent people must have been affected in the Gaza war. They will not talk about the main problem. You cannot Israel did not start war. They did not start war unprovoked. Somebody provoked them. You can't touch the tail of a tiger or a lion while it's hungry and you expect it to keep quiet. That's what Israel is doing. Retaliation. You came for me and I'm coming back for you. And you are coming to say, you cannot stop the freedom of the people. Palestine is asking for their freedom. What about the Igbos asking for their own freedom in Nigeria? Have you addressed that issue? Have you talked about the issue? The one that is happening in your country is less important. The one that is happening because it's Islam. That is why Nigeria is Islamic State. It's Islam. If not them, they talk about this asking for their own Arewa country, they could have gotten it long time. Israel will sit down and watch white terrorists submerge them, like take over them, overwhelm them. They will be powerless. They can't do anything. If you like say, you don't understand, say Israel are the people of God. So when they see America supporting Israel, say, why are you supporting them in doing this? Why? But when they start this, their terrorist act, you will see everybody will keep quiet. Do you know how many people lost their life in the World Trade Center? Kashim Shettima, we know Nigeria is an Islamic country, but we are not part of that Islamic organization. We are God's people. I wumuchuku. Ayana de wumado. Ayana hana pomado ndo hanike. We are God's people. It's only Fulani. Fulani can only support, and your brothers in Yoruba, they are the ones of supporting Palestine. We can't be in support of terrorist acts organization. It is only your brother that will support such acts. Your brothers rather. Look at what Fulani is doing to people and Boko Haram. You are going there to form Alamajiri Martin Luther King. Alamajiri Fulani Martin Luther King. He is going to form a freedom fighter. He is fighting for the freedom of Palestine. Small nyash with the shake. We know the shake. I be with the shake. Which of them? Go and remove what is in your eyes first before you remove what is in another person's eye. That is what we have to let him know. You are clamoring, advocating, canvassing, campaigning, agitating for the freedom of Palestine while you are in bondage in Nigeria. Can you imagine? Hypocrisy stinks.